Hold on. Y'all know what time it is. Since it's still daylight and everything, and it's nice out here. Hopefully, no mosquitoes don't come out. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, they gone. Cause that's why I don't come out in the yard and do too much, man. I don't come out in the yard and I don't do too much. I might go back in eventually and hold on. Let me. I guess you can't avoid dust getting on your camera. But here's what I want to speak about, and I want to speak what's on my mind. Have y'all noticed that people tend to gravitate toward things like, let me give you an example. Y'all see what the title is? Oh, I am a prophet. People flock to that. That's the title of the video. Oh, I am a prophet. People flock to that. So that way people will be able to find the video once it go to YouTube. When you I noticed this since I've been coming up, and I don't know if a lot of you all have been going through this here, and I don't know if any of you all ever heard of this. I'm pretty sure most of, especially us as black people, as so-called black people, we didn't experience this a lot. Have you ever been in a situation to where you like if you tell somebody, like if you can put a Bible up under your arm and tell people, oh, I'm a true prophet. I'm a true prophet of God. I'm a true prophet. I'm a prophet of God. Have you noticed that when you tell people that, people don't argue that? They don't say, well, that's your opinion. They don't do none of that. They flock. People gravitate to things and they don't even question that. You see what I'm saying? Have y'all noticed that people don't even question that? But if you walk around and you take your Bible and you tell people, look, the Most High said you shouldn't be defiling. You shouldn't even be defiling. Hold on. You shouldn't even be defiling your temple with that. Them cigarettes gonna kill you. Do you know they'll right away they'll be like, well, that's your opinion. Everybody got their own belief. But if you walk around and say you're a prophet of God, do you know people not gonna like, wait a minute, hold on, that don't even sound right. That's your opinion, you're a prophet. Because people love being lied to. It's like people love being lied to. It's like they'll believe you more. They'll believe you faster when you tell them a lie versus the truth. They will flock and they will listen to all this white supremacist gospel music, all that kind of stuff. But the minute you tell them, look, that's not good for you. Don't eat that. Don't do this. Don't do that. Do you know they're going to holler, that's your opinion? And then they'll say, well, we ain't going to never know what truth is. We'll die and we ain't going to never know what truth is. One saying this and one saying that one. But have you noticed that if you jump up and put a Bible up under your arm and say you're a prophet, have you noticed people going to believe it? They're going to be stupid enough to believe it. You can go, a lot of you know I'm not lying. A lot of you right now know somebody in your household. You can go outside and stay gone for hours and come back and say, mama, so-and-so, dad, I met this prophet. They're going to like, huh? Everybody's eyes going to get bucked and nobody's going to argue that. Nobody's going to say, child, don't get caught up into that. Not too much now. It's rare. I'm not saying that it don't happen, but I'm just saying it's a rare situation to where it actually would happen. Hold on. I just want to make sure that I ain't got no bugs bite. Oh, yes, they did. They got bugs out here. They got mosquitoes. They still out here. So that means I'm going to have to go back in my house because they ain't going to, you know, the bugs, the mosquitoes ain't going to let you rest. But have y'all noticed that? Think about this now. I'm going to show y'all some examples when I get in my house. I'm going to try my best. I got to go to the, I got to make a run, you know. But I'm going to do a couple more minutes in this blog before I leave and go. I got to make a run, but I'm going to go a few more minutes because I've got some points I want to make before I go forward. I want y'all to tell me if I'm lying, if I'm telling the truth. More people, if you tell them that you are that Oh, I met a prophet of God. Guess what they're going to do? They ain't going to argue you. They're not going to argue you. I'm back in my house. I couldn't stay out there because the mosquitoes out there, they something else, bro. They're something else. I just could. I wished I could have, but I don't want to get ate up by no mosquitoes because I think some of them have diseases, man. You know what I mean? That's why I don't like this area, man, where I'm living at. But think about this here. Have y'all noticed? I might just move the camera around. Let's see. I don't know what if I want to sit it. I guess that might be good, but I want y'all to think about what I'm saying. Think about it. Have y'all noticed that people tend to gravitate toward things? They tend to gravitate toward it, things that they'll believe. Like, I just need to show y'all an example. When you tell them things that is bad for them, they're going to argue with you and tell you that that's your opinion. But if I sit up and tell you I'm a prophet, I'm a true prophet of God, you're not going to even argue that. You're not going to even question that. Why? Somebody put it in the comment section for me. Now, what I might do is take and put my old link to my old channel in the description box and let people know that I will still be doing videos on my old channel. And I'm going to have to go back and just reverse and just put links to my old one and put links to my new one so that people will know where I'm at. Yeah, but think about it. There is a prophet in the Bible by the name of Hananiah. He called himself a prophet of the Most High. And it says, I will bring again this place Jehoiakim, the son of Jeconiah, the son of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, with all the captivity of Judah that went unto Babylon, said the Lord, for I will break the yoke of the king of Babylon. Then the prophet Jeremiah said unto the prophet Hananiah in the presence of the priests, and in the presence of all of the people that stood in the house of the Lord. Even the prophet Jeremiah said, Amen. The Lord do so. The Lord perform thy words, which thou hast prophesied, to bring again the vessels of the Lord's house, and all that is carried away captive from Babylon unto this place. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thy ears and in the ears of all of the people. Now, why would it say ears? Then the prophet that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries. He prophesied against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord has truly sent him. Then Hananiah the prophet took the yoke from off the prophet Jeremiah's neck and brake it. And Hananiah spake in the presence of all of the people, saying, Thus said the Lord, even so will I break the yoke of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, from the neck of all nations within the span of 2 full years. And the prophet Jeremiah went his way. He went his way. Then the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah the prophet, after that Hananiah the prophet had broken the yoke from off the neck of the prophet Jeremiah, saying, Go and tell Hananiah, saying, Thus said the Lord, thou hast broken the yokes of wood, but thou shalt make for them yokes of iron. For thus said the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, I have put a yoke of iron upon the neck of all these nations, that they may serve Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and they shall serve him, and I have given him the beasts of the field also. Then the prophet Jeremiah said unto Hananiah, the prophet, hear now, Hananiah, the Lord had not sent thee, but thou hast makest this people to trust in a lie. Because see, Hananiah the prophet put a yoke of iron, he took the yoke of iron off of Jeremiah the prophet, which meaning that the Most High said that he went into all a yoke means like something that God said, that the Most High said will come to pass. But you have these lying prophets saying, oh no, you'll be all right. You can eat what you want to eat what you want to eat, do what you want to do. You ain't nothing gonna happen to you. So that's what this prophet was telling Jeremiah. The yoke represents lies. The yoke represents the teachings. The yoke represents the Most High said one thing, and then the prophets come in and prophesy something else. Like if I go out here right now and I call myself a prophet, and I go out here and tell you, hey, no, you're gonna be all right. You can live like you want to live. You come as you are. Go in the church as you are. Live like you want to live. You're gonna be all right. You can be a homosexual. You can be all that. Don't worry about it. You ain't gonna die. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you. That's a lie you prophesying. You taking the yoke off so that they can live the way they want to live. But look what the Most High said. Then said the prophet Jeremiah unto Hananiah the prophet, hear now, Hananiah, the Lord has not sent thee, but thou makest this people to trust in a lie. Therefore, thus said the Lord, behold, I will cast thee from off the face of the earth this year, that thou shalt die, because thou hast taught rebellion against the Lord. So Hananiah the prophet died the same year in the 7th month. See, this is something that a lot of the people who is into Christianity don't want to hear. They ain't gonna want to hear that. They ain't gonna want to hear that. You know what they're gonna tell you? Well, they just ain't gonna want to hear. They're gonna refrain from hearing it, or either they're gonna tune you out when you're trying to tell them. That's how you know you're telling the truth. When you turn around and you tell them something that you know that's true, you know what they're gonna do? Well, none of us ain't gonna never know the truth. They got so many different religions. They got so many of this here. Okay, if this was so bad, why would it be warning you? Think about it. A person that's trying to deceive you is not gonna warn you. So you're telling me that this here is not true. You're telling me this is an opinion. Well, if it was an opinion, why would it ain't too many people gonna put their opinion like, oh, if you keep doing this sin, if you keep committing this homosexual act, if you keep doing this sin, nothing gonna happen to you. We know a lot of homosexuals that got killed and died, right? If you're going around sleeping around with every man, a woman going around sleeping with multiple women, she gonna catch something, right? But what if I come along and say, no, I'm a prophet of the Lord, ain't nothing gonna happen to you? Then guess what? I'm gonna be put to death for lying to you. I'm gonna be see, a lot of people ain't gonna speak on this in the church, in these so-called denominations. They're not gonna speak on that. They're gonna only give you something smooth, something that feels good. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna give you something that feels good. They're gonna be trying to sing songs and all that. Talking about all to Jesus I surrender. That's what they're gonna blast their radios with. That's what they're gonna blast their radio with. They ain't gonna be trying to be concerned about hearing the truth. They're gonna tell you that's your opinion. Everybody have a right to their own opinion. You don't have the spirit. I know what's real and I know what's not real. The Holy Ghost lets me know what's real. He lets me know what's not real. Well, have the Holy Ghost revealed to you that prophet's gonna be lying for telling you the truth? telling you a lie? Look, so Hananiah the prophet died the same year in the 7th month. Why? It said, then said the prophet Jeremiah unto Hananiah, the prophet, hear now, Hananiah, the Lord has not sent thee, but thou makest this people to trust in a lie. So that's my opinion, right? No, that's too much like right? They ain't gonna accept that. They gonna tune you out when you tell them that. That's really what they're telling you. They're really telling you, every time you speak truth, I'm gonna tune you out. But if I come up and say, Miss Home, Mother, I met a prophet of the Lord. I met a prophet of the Lord. I met a prophet of the Lord. You did? Oh, you did, baby? Where he at? Wonderful Jesus. That's God talking to you. He letting you meet these people. How stupid that is, bro. Let me hold on a minute. Let me pull something else. Because a lot of people, man, is deceived. Okay, tell you what I'm gonna do. Ain't nobody gonna want to take this video. You can share this video to Facebook or whatever. Guess what? They ain't gonna watch it because it's right. In the book of Jeremiah, it says the false prophets talk about, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. Jeremiah 23. Jeremiah 29:8. Okay, Jeremiah 29 verses 8. Okay, let's go there. Jeremiah 29 verse 8. Thus said the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, let not your prophets and your divination that be in the midst of you deceive you, neither hearken to your dreams, which ye cause to be dreamed. For they prophesy falsely unto you in my name. I have not sent them, said the Lord. For thus said the Lord, that after 70 years be accomplished, at Babylon I will visit you and perform my good word toward you and cause you to return to this place. Now, this is talking about a message to Israel, but he's telling the people, don't be deceived. That's what he's saying. Look what he said. For thus said the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, let not your prophets and your divers that be in the midst of you deceive. Now, I think I said divination, but it's divers that be in the midst of you deceive you, neither hearken to your dreams, which ye cause to be dreamed. Jeremiah 14:14. Oh, I think that's what I want. Jeremiah 14:14. I think that was the main one that I wanted to read. See, they ain't gonna read this though. See, people gonna hear this and they ain't gonna hear this. They gonna click off of this because they don't want to be exposed for following what makes them feel good. Jeremiah 14:14. I will ascend above the heights of the cloud. I will be. Oh, wait a minute. I'm in the wrong one. Okay, my bad. I'm in the wrong. Jeremiah 14:14. I had the wrong one. Jeremiah 14, verse 14. Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 14. Now, that other scripture I accidentally read is Isaiah 14, verse 14. But I'm going to read Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 14. Then the Lord said unto me, the prophets prophesy lies in my name. I sent them not, neither have I commanded them, neither spake unto them. They prophesy unto you a false vision and divination, and a thing of naught and deceit of their own heart. Therefore, thus said the Lord concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, and I sent them not. Yet they say, sword, the sword, and the famine should not be in the land. By sword, famine shall these prophets be consumed. You see what I'm saying? Let me make sure I read it right. Jeremiah 14, verses 14. Then the Lord said unto me, the prophets have prophesied lies in my name. I sent them not, neither have I commanded them, neither spake unto them. They prophesy unto you a false vision and divination, a thing of naught, and deceit of their own heart. All right, now let me go back to Jeremiah 23 and verse 25. Jeremiah 23 and verse 25. Jeremiah 23 and 25. It says, I have heard what the prophets said that prophesied lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. That's the main text that I was looking for. Okay. Jeremiah 23, verse 25. Now let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 13. Deuteronomy chapter 13. Deuteronomy chapter 13, verse 1. If there arise amongst you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and give thee a sign or a wonder, and the sign of the wonder come to pass, where he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods which thou hast not known, and let us serve them. Thou shalt not hearken unto the word. Hearken, that means don't listen to him. Thou shalt not hearken. That word hearken means don't listen to other people's opinion, but thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet or that dream of dreams. For the Lord your God prove you to know whether ye love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Ye shall walk after the Lord your God and fear him and keep his commandments. He said his commandments, not your own. He said his. So that let you know you can't follow man's opinion. His commandments. And obey his voice. What is his voice? The Bible. Obey his voice. Ye shall serve him and cleave unto him. And that prophet or that dream of dreams shall be put to death. D-E-A-T-H. What did it say? I didn't say that. These are not my words. You might can see it with my finger at right there. It said that prophet or that dream of dreams shall be put to death. Thus, it says, and ye shall walk after the Lord your God and fear him and keep his commandment. It didn't say keep they commandment. It says H-I-S, his. That means keep his, the Lord, the Most High. Keep his commandments and obey his voice. His voice. Ye shall serve him and cleave unto him. Verse 5 of Deuteronomy 13, verse 5. And that prophet or that dream of dream shall, it didn't say might, it says shall, not might, shall be put to D-E-A-T-H, death. D-E-A-T-H. Do you know what that means? D-E-A-T-H. That means death. That means in the ground. He's going to die. And that prophet or that dream of dream, tell your pastors and your prophets or whoever to read this and see if they line up with this. And that prophet or that dream of dreams shall be put to death, because he had spoken to turn you away from the Most High, or to turn you away from the Lord your God, which brought you out of the land of Egypt and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, to to trust to thrust thee to thrust thee out of the land, out of the way which the Lord thy God commandeth thee to walk in, so thou shalt put the evil away from the midst of thee. The Most High calls that evil. That's an evil act, bro. That's what it says. How plainer can I get? Think about that now. Ain't nobody gonna watch this video. But it makes us feel good, right? Jeremiah 23. Let me go back to Jeremiah 23. Now, you can't go around saying this is in the Old Testament. Jeremiah 23:25. I have heard what the prophet said, that prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed, I have dreamed. That's right. Jeremiah 14. Let me go back to 14. Jeremiah 14. Then said the Lord unto the prophets that prophesy lies in my name, I sent them not, neither have I commanded them, neither spake unto them. They prophesy unto you a false vision and divination, a thing of naught, and deceit of their own, the deceit of their heart. Therefore, thus said the Lord concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, and I sent them not. Yet they say, sword and famine shall not be in this land. See that's what they're gonna say. Pay attention to people when they be saying that. You know how people sit up and say, you don't reckon this gonna happen to me? You don't reckon this? Do you see where the Lord is gonna give me that? Do you see where the Lord is gonna do this here and not do this here? No, it ain't happening. You sure? Yeah, baby, the Lord done showed it to you. Therefore, thus said the Lord concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, and I sent them not. Yet they say, sword and famine shall not be in this land. By sword and famine shall these prophets be consumed. How plain can I get, people? Jeremiah 14, verse 15. Therefore, thus said the Lord concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, and I sent them not. Yet they say, sword and famine should not be in this land. By sword and famine shall these prophets be consumed. It didn't say these prophets might be consumed. It says, shall these prophets, by sword and by famine, shall these prophets be consumed. It didn't say they might, or it depends on the situation they will be consumed. No, it says they will. It means it's a sure thing. It's going to happen. It means they shall be put to death and be consumed. They shall be consumed, meaning that it will surely happen. It's going to happen. That this is a future prophecy for those who go around and cause his people to err by teaching lies. That's what's going to happen if they go around teaching lies. That's what he said. Therefore, thus said the Lord concerning the prophets that prophesy in my name, I have sent them not. Yet they say, sword and famine should not be in this land. By sword and famine shall these prophets be consumed. That means consumed means they're going to be destroyed from off the earth, man. They gonna die. And the people that go along with them, they gonna die right along with them. Because they listening to the lies of a false prophet. But you tell them that, they gonna tune you out. And you sitting there, how you gonna tell me that you're God's child and you listening to a person lie to you? You can't tell me nothing. You cannot say that you're a Christian and you sitting up listening to you more interested in what a lying false prophet gonna tell you. How you a Christian? Then you gonna sit up and tell me it's my opinion? You ain't pulling that one proof or precepts or nothing. But you gonna tell me what I'm not doing. You ain't no Christian. You ain't even done no liquor research for yourself. You don't even know what a research is. How you gonna tell me what I'm following is my own opinion? No, they ain't gonna hear nothing like this. Let me share this to Facebook. I guarantee you, people going when they hear a little bit of it, I'm there at the door. They at the door. They ain't gonna want to hear nothing like this. Share them videos in their inbox and see, don't they? You see what kind of response you're gonna get. Some of them might block you. Some of them, oh, I didn't have time to watch it. But they'll sit up and they'll listen to a line. They're like, well, that's an old person. Old person ain't got nothing to do with that. Because see, people go by and say, well, you got to respect them because they're old people. Do I need to show y'all some proof on that? Mm-hmm. Let's go to Job chapter 30, 32. Job 32 and verse 7. I said, days should speak, and multitude of years should teach wisdom. Multitude of years, no matter how long you've been on this planet, your age ain't got nothing. If you don't apply yourself and do research while you're on the earth, then your age is one thing. But if you don't apply and put nothing in your head, there's no matter how old you are, you're not going to be able to teach me anything. Your age is not going to get somehow your age and how long you've been on the planet is not going to give you a pass. It's not. You don't get a pass because of your age. Because do you know the Most High killed people, old people? Listen to this. But there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty gives them understanding. That's what I just said. If you don't ask him for understanding, you can be 75, 80, 100 years old. If you don't ask him for understanding, guess what you're not going to have? It means you're not going to be able to teach anybody anything but your opinion. But you're telling me we don't know what to believe. There's so many different religions in the world. So you're going to say, quote that over this. You see what I'm saying? Great men, now listen to verse 9 of Job 32 and verse 9. Great men are not always wise, neither do age understand his judgment. Your age ain't got nothing to do with understanding. Understanding is one thing, and judgment is something else. Age doesn't make you understand judgment. That's what it says here. Great men are not always wise, neither do age understand judgment. Just because I'm 44 years old doesn't mean that I'm going to understand everything. I still can be taught by somebody. It doesn't matter how young or how old they are. If they have the knowledge that I don't have, then the knowledge of the Most High, I'll listen. It doesn't matter how young or how old I am. If you got the knowledge, then tell me. If I'm going wrong, then you tell me. Great men are not always wise, neither do age. Your age doesn't mean that you're going to have wisdom. You got age on you. You got me there. You got me on age. But you don't have wisdom. So how are you going to teach me something and you don't have wisdom? Your age means you just up in age. How How in the world your age gonna teach you something? That's stupid. Wisdom teaches you. Understanding that you get. You seek for understanding. You're supposed to seek and read and get an understanding. Don't come here with that, oh, well, some things is just common sense. No, everything in here is common sense. We talking about what is written in this book here. You're going to tell me, basically what you're saying is that listening to a lie and not going to check out what this person is saying, if you don't go and check it out, that's my opinion, and I'm telling you go look it up. My purpose of telling you to go look it up is not my opinion. Go get the real answer for yourself. That way you won't have to be stuck in opinion. Opinion means you giving what you think. You think it's right, but you don't have no proof. Opinion means you don't have no proof. Belief means you're using your opinion. Believe, if you believe something, that's just an opinion. It's based upon an opinion because you can't prove your belief. But you sure can prove that if you being a homosexual or a lesbian and all of that, you know that you can get AIDS. You know that if you run around here sleeping with more than one woman or more than one man, tell me that won't bring a disease. How is that my own opinion I'm giving you? When you clearly know that it's, well, that's common sense. Well, that's common sense is in the Bible. Well, then by that logic, you should agree with the Bible then. This Bible is not a white man's book. I'm not preaching religion. Let me show you in the Bible. See, a lot of people think that the Most High is not going to. Let me tell you, how does he feel about old people? Let's just go with that. How does the Most High feel about old people? Let's get this script in. Ezekiel 9. I'm gonna read the whole of the beginning of the chapter. Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 1. He cries also in my ears with a loud voice, saying, cause them that have charge over the city to draw near, even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lies toward the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand. And one man amongst them was clothed in linen, and with a rider's inkhorn by his side. They went in and stood beside the brazen altar. That means that the Most High gonna give his saints, the Israelites, the authorities in that day when it comes, is to go and slay. And slay means to kill. Now listen to this here. And the glory of God of Israel was gone up from the cherubim, where the cherubim is nothing but the presence of the Most High. Whereupon he was to the threshold of the house, and he called to the men clothed with line, and had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that side, that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. That means kill. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Now listen to this, verse 6 of Ezekiel chapter 9. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children. See, just because you old, he don't care whether you old, crippled, blind, or whatever. If you work as a false prophet, he don't care how old you are, you still dying. Slay utterly old and young. This knocks off that lie that a lot of people be like, well, respect the people of age, the old. I don't care if it's your mother and your father. If they old and they are liars, then you got to call that out. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. And he said unto them, defile the house and fill the courts with the slain. Go ye forth. And they went forth and slew in the city. Slew means they went to kill, bro. That's what it means. Now y'all can read the rest of that in y'all spare time. Ezekiel 9, verse 6, slay utterly old and young, both maids. Maids is like a person that's a slave or whatever. That a maid. No, I mean not that, but a maid is a person that do the work for the owner or whatever. A maid, somebody that be your maid, somebody that go in, like if you say, go get me a glass of water. I want you to clean my toilets. I want you to clean my commode. That's a maid. That's somebody that's working for somebody. You're a maid for that person. You're serving that person. It's almost like, I believe, going into a restaurant. I believe. And you sit down and then you ask them whatever it is that you want. That's a maid, somebody that's doing chores for somebody that's over them or whatever. You're being a maid for that person. You're being I don't know if that's a volunteer service or whatever. Because back in Bible days, this is what they did. It says, slay utterly old and young. Verse Ezekiel 9 and 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maid and little children and women. It even says children. This is talking about the so-called Caucasian people. But what's going to happen is a lot of our people is going to side with these Edomites, these so-called Caucasian people, and they're going to be destroyed right along with them when they come over here from China and destroy this country over here with nuclear weapons. When they destroy this over here in America with the nuclear bombs and all that, blowing this place up, if they cling on to their oppressors, guess what's going to happen to the people of color who do that, who sell their souls out to the white man, co-signing our people being locked up in jails and in prison and stuff? Guess what's going to happen to them? They're going to be destroyed by the Most High when judgment come upon when judgment come upon this country, because this country is going to be destroyed. The Most High said within 1 hour. That's not going to be long at all. It wouldn't take them no time to come over here and destroy this place up. With that being said, I say death and destruction to America. America is white supremacy. America is Esau. The ways of Esau. That's what America means. America means the ways of Esau. So when you call yourself an African American, you're calling yourself, you're saying that you are going along and you support the so-called progenitor of the so-called white race, which is called the Hamites, Esau, the ways of them, the enemies. Esau is the race that hates the Israelites. That's why the Most High favored the Israelites in the Bible. He said he ain't gonna have no mercy. Right there, he said he's not gonna have no mercy on old, young, and children. Slay, Ezekiel 9:6, slay utterly old and young, both maid and little children, and women. Slay utterly old, young, both maid and little children, and women. Now, why would it say women? That's an interesting thought. Why would it say women? Because women are the one, the women of color especially, are the ones that they given access to everything in this country. Women are the ones who is actually brainwashed is to put another black man in prison. Women are the ones who go along with the white white Esau people, the white man Esau. Think about that. Because the women are supposed to be the nurturers. You see what I'm saying? But they are misleading people. Why would he say women? It didn't say men, although some men will be destroyed. Yes. But this is a question that everybody needs to start asking. Because the women is very, very, they are the wickedest one there is. The reason why a man can be real wicked is because they get it from, that's why I say all this single parent stuff is not good, man. But your enemy, Esau, is telling you that it's okay to be single parent. Esau is telling you it's okay, come as you are. Esau is telling you it's okay to be an East Side Pentecostal Church of God in Christ. That's what Esau is. All of those ways are the ways of Esau. Being an African American is the ways of Esau. When you call yourself a African American, you are actually saying that I commit and following into the ways of Esau, because you're naming yourself after two white men. So why would you follow a lie? That's what this video is about. Oh, I am a prophet. People flock to that. That's the name of the video. Oh, I'm a prophet. And people immediately flock to that. And prophet is not what they think. A prophet is not somebody that can able to foretell a future. That's not what a prophet is. A prophet is somebody that speaks the truth about his law. A prophet is somebody that lines up with the scripts. A prophet tells you he don't give his own interpretation. He gives the most high interpretation. If his interpretation does not line up with what's in here, he's not a real prophet. I don't care what he say he can do. I don't care how many miracles he can perform and say he'll knock you out in the spirit and you go. That's not the definition of a real prophet. Somebody that can walk up to you and knock their hands on your head and you fall back, and the average person falls for that, and they think that makes perfect sense. Just because I walk up with a Bible up under my arm with a suit on doesn't make me that, man. That doesn't make you a prophet. Yeah, I can take this Bible and say, oh, I'm a prophet, everybody. Do you know how many followers you can get on YouTube real quick by saying that? But if you sit around and you speak like I do, they're going to come up in here and see this title and hear a little bit what I'm saying for a few minutes, and they up out of here. It's a shame, people. Why do we let ourselves be tricked like that? They don't want to hear that, but they want to hear lies of what somebody telling them. Oh, the Lord showed me. You better do your own research for yourself. You want to sit up here and believe in what a man say. You sound stupid. No kind of research. Excuse me. You don't do no kind of research at all. But you want to sit up and follow the lies of a man. How can you sit up and entertain somebody like that? What is a true prophet? A lot of people, it's easy to do their own research. My husband was recently transformed to another city, and we have been attending various churches, looking for a place that feels right. You can't go by what feels right. We have found a very friendly church, but the minister is called a prophet. I have discussed this topic with some church members, and they suggest that I read 1 Corinthians chapter 12. This is my first exposure to the church that has apostles and prophets. So I don't know what to think. Could the pastor really be a true prophet? Please read. Please help me sort this out. Sincerely, 1 Corinthians chapter 12. Hold on. Hold on. 1 Corinthians chapter 12. Now concerning spiritual gift, brother, I would not have you ignorant. Ye know that ye were Gentiles carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. Okay. Let's look at now. There, 1 Corinthians 12, verse 4. Now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit. And there are differences of administration, but the same Lord. And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same God which worketh in all. Now ye are the body of Christ and members in particular. And God has set some in the church, first apostles, secondarily prophets, thirdly teachers, after that miracles, then the gift of healing, helping government, divers of tongues, are all apostles, are all prophets, are all teachers, are all workers of miracles, have all the gifts of healing, do all speak with tongues, do all interpret it. Tongues is it's languages, but cover earnestly the best gift, and yet show us unto you a more excellent way. Now look what it says. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, I am become as a sounding brass or a twinkling cymbal. Now what is charity? Charity. Charity is, let me Google it up. What does charity mean?
Here's the definition of charity. An organization set up to provide help and raise money for...
Hold on. And have not charity. What is charity? What does the biblical word charity mean?
According to Britannica.com, in Christian theology and ethics, charity is most eloquently shown in the life, teachings, and death of Jesus Christ.
Okay, it says, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not love, I am become as a sounding brass or a twinkling cymbal. And though I have though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I can remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing. Charity is love, bro. So look what it says. If you don't have this, let's look at it. Let's get the definition, more of the definition, excuse me, more of the definition of what charity is. Let's get the real definition. 1 John 3. 1 John 3:4. No, wait a minute. 1 John 5, verse 3. Look what it says. 1 John 5 and verse 3. Look what it says. For this is the love, for this is the charity of God. That means if you have charity. 1 John 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. That we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous. It didn't say, for this is the love of God, that we prophesy and be a prophet. It says, for this is the love of God. 1 John 5:3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments. What did the rich young ruler, which was an Israelite, tell the conversation that Jesus had between the Israelite? Nicodemus was an Israelite. Him and the Israelite. He says, because people ain't gonna flock to this video. No, they ain't gonna flock to this. Matthew 19 and verse 16. Look what it says. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing should I do that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if you will enter into life, keep the commandments. God wrote that in red, bro. Matthew chapter 19 and verse 17. He said, if you want to have eternal life, keep the commandments. Not some, all of them. Keep the commandments. That's what love is, bro, according to the Bible. 1 John 5 and 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. Grievous mean they're not hard to do. It's not hard. So when you look at 1 Corinthians, after charity, follow after charity, and desire spiritual gift, but rather that ye may prophesy. For he that speaketh in an unknown tongue speaketh not unto man, but unto God. For no man understandeth him. Howbeit in the spirit he speaketh mysteries. He's speaking into the air. Mystery means you just speaking into the air. But he that prophesies speaketh unto men to edify and exhort and comfort. He that speaketh in an unknown tongue edifies himself, but he that prophesies edifies the church. While prophesy doesn't necessarily mean somebody who is able to have the ability to predict the future. That's not what the Most High is saying. He's saying teach. That prophesy means to teach the word, not foretell people's future. That's not all in cases that he's telling people to do. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, I am become as a sounding brass and twinkling cymbal. That's 1 Corinthians chapter 13. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have faith so that I can remove mountains, and have not charity, I am nothing. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profits me nothing. When it say give your body to be burned, that means that you're going to suffer. When you give your body as a sacrifice, that doesn't prove anything. That means you're choosing to do things for the Most High. And you remember when the Bible said it's better to marry than to burn? it's better to marry than to burn with passion. It's to have the desire, and then if you burning with passion, then you go out there and you do something bad to get what you want. So it's saying it's better to marry. It said, though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor. That means that I don't care how good you are. I don't care how well I'm good to my children. I feed I raise my grandchildren. He said, though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor. That means giving money, helping somebody when they're sick. And though I give my body to be burned and have not charity, it profits me nothing. You see what I'm saying? Charity suffers long. Love is the most important key. Being a prophet doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to love your people and be concerned about people following in the ways of the so-called white man, which is Esau. That doesn't mean anything. Charity suffers long and is kind. Charity envy is not. Charity vanity not itself. It's not puffed up. It's not selfish. Does not behave itself unseemly. Seeketh not her own. Is not easily provoked. Thinketh no evil. Love don't think evil. I mean, don't think, let's talk about your brother now. When they say don't do any evil to somebody, it's saying don't do evil to your brother. But the so-called white man is not your brother. Rejoice not in iniquity, but rejoice in the truth. See, you got a lot of people that walk around and rejoice. It said, rejoice not in iniquity. That means don't glorify people being deceived. That's not funny. That's not funny to see your brother walking around believing in Esau, the so-called white man, and saying we should love the white man and throw hugs and kisses to the white folks. That's not funny at all. Not to me, it ain't. But rejoice in the truth. Bearing all things, believing all things, hoping all things, enduring all things. Charity never fails. But whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, that means tongue means the languages. They shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. That means you can forget knowledge. You can be raised up and not even remember what you read. Have you ever heard people say, "Ooh, I remember studying that in school. I don't remember." And like when you hear it again, you be like, "Oh, I remember studying that in school. I just kind of forgot because I done got old, my memory and got bad." That's what this is saying. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. For we know in part, we prophesy in part, but that which is perfect is come. That which is part shall be done away. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. You got some people that's 65, 75, and 80 years old, still walking around trying to give you their old drawn out opinion. When you tell them about false prophets, you know what they're going to do? Well, baby, that's your opinion. We ain't going to never know what the truth is. Really? You've been telling me that since 85. This is a good part right here. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. What this is saying is, this is talking about spiritual, man. This is talking about you can be a grown child. That's what it's saying. You can be 55 and 60 years old, still thinking like you was thinking when you was 18. Have y'all ever experienced saying, man, I went around my grandmother, she 85 years old, man, she ain't changed yet. She's still on her porch, sitting up talking about other people. She's sitting up there talking about how holy she is. She ain't changed one, or he ain't changed one bit to this day. Still the same. Still using their own opinion to justify their own belief, like their opinion is supposed to be what's right. You 65, you 75, and you still the same as you was when you was 56. You 95 years old and you ain't a bit changed yet. You 95. You 95 and you 85 years old and you ain't got no change. You still the same way you was when you was 50 years old. Now here you 85 years old and you still giving me the same opinion. But you walk around and you want to say that you was God gift to this earth. You're a child of God. But you still talking about all of the other people in the church, and you talking about how jealous of these other people is towards you. But you still walking around at 85 talking about how much you love the Lord. You still get up in the morning and blast gospel like you the best child of God ever walked the planet. But you want to turn around and you want to put down on somebody else. You want to sit up there and you want to put down on another person and say that this person is jealous of you, and you want to sit up there and call yourself a child of God. How you going to call yourself a child of God and you asking somebody, I want you to come to this church and I want you to tell me who and I want you to see for yourself. No, I'm not going to church is to sit up and talk about other people and talk about how ungodly they is. When you walk around, just because you do a lot of good for me, just because you give a lot of gifts, just like it said, though you give your body to be burned, though you bestow all your goods to feed the poor, that ain't a hill of beans in the sight of the Most High. The Most High ain't looking at that. You can do all that good, you still can bust the pits of hell, bust the pits of earthly hell wide open. Your good ain't got nothing to do with you walking around here lying and acting like you the child of God and you this and you all of that. But the other people is wicked as wicked can be. But you all right. You call yourself a child of God. You following the ways of white supremacy and calling yourself a child of God. You ain't even doing what a child of God's supposed to do. So how you gonna walk up and tell me that I'm giving my opinion, I don't even know what the truth is, and you don't even do a lick of nothing? You can't tell me nothing. You 85, you 65, you 65, 65, 66, you 66 years old, walking around here trying to tell me about God and trying to tell me about being a child of God. And look at how you live. You on the phone listening to a lying prophet every day, but you gonna sit up and try to tell me about teaching me. You can't teach me nothing about God. You can't teach me nothing about God. No one can teach you nothing about God if they not really actually reflecting that in their everyday life. How do you reflect it in your everyday life? You show it, not what you say. You don't get on your knees just because you see people crying and shedding tears. The Most High said, if you love him, just keep his commandment. He didn't say cry about it. He didn't say shed big tears. He just said, do it, bro. So how you gonna walk around here and tell me you a child of God and you ain't nothing but a big hypocrite? I don't care how good you are to your children. I don't care how good you are to your husband or whatever you want to call it. I don't care how good you are. If you're a hypocrite, you're a hypocrite. It just clearly says, but when it says, for he that speaketh in an unknown tongue speaketh not unto man, but unto God. For no man understandeth him. Howbeit, in the spirit he speaketh mysteries. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, I am become as a sounding brass and a twinkling cymbal. He says, though you give your body to be burned, Look what it says in verse 3 of 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 3. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not charity, it profits me nothing. He don't care how good you are to your neighbor. If you don't have, you can be good to somebody. I can do something good and still not have love for you at all. And I don't know why we get this confused and mixed up when we feel like a Edomite and a so-called Esau and done something good for us and gave us $1 million. We think they love you. That don't prove that. You can do all of that and still be a devil. Just because you do something good for me, that doesn't prove you love me. It just means you did something good. Doing something good has nothing to do with you being a child of God. And a lot of us know some people like this. We know that these people are hypocrites. Excuse me, sorry about that, people. How you gonna walk around here and call yourself a child of God, and every time you look around, you talking about how jealous other people of you are? Why? What is it that you do wrong? You don't do nothing wrong, right? You don't do nothing wrong. Nothing. Everything you say is always correct and is always right. So how you gonna sit up there and call yourself a child of God? Think about that. How you gonna sit up there and try to brainwash people with your drawn out, delusional opinion about you is you as a child of God? All you do, you don't even help your neighbor. You don't have love for your people, but you want to ask about me and pretend that you care. Where James at? How is he doing? Does he cook? You don't talk to me like that. You don't care nothing about me, but you're trying to act like you care. Just because a person bring your name up doesn't mean they care about you. So how you gonna sit up, come up? Just think about that now. Now, look, here's another thing that I don't like about people. This is another thing I don't like. If you tell somebody, look, you are what your father is. You are what the seed of your father is. Even though you read in the Bible where it says, Abraham said, in thy seed thou shalt be called. In thy seed you will be, in thy seed you will be called a child of God. They read that in the Bible, and then they turn around and read it. And in essence, this is the response you get. Oh, I don't believe that. But you just read it out the book. It's showing that you're so used to being docile with your own state of opinions and mindset, you're not going to see what's real. But they'll sit right. Have you noticed that you have a lot of people that will sit up on the phone and they will gossip and talk about other people? But when you in essence turn around and do that same thing to them, they say you judging them. How is I'm judging you and I'm seeing what you're doing? The Most High said we can judge righteously. He said, in righteousness shall thou judge thy neighbor. That's in Ezekiel. As long as you're doing it in righteousness, you can judge. But if you don't have righteousness in you, you can't judge another person. But it's okay for you to sit up and talk about Sally, or it's okay for you to talk about Mary, but you don't want to talk about Janice. But Janice always walk around. I'm just making up something. You walking around talking about Becky. I mean, you walking, not Becky, but Becky is the white person. But you walking around talking about John. You talking about John got some mess. John wasn't matching today. But when somebody talk about you, you can't handle it. You can't handle it when the truth comes to you. But you sure can handle it when you sitting there talking about everybody else. How is you godly? If you ain't willing to receive correction for yourself, then there is nothing godly about you. How is I'm gonna look up to you as a godly person when you don't even won't even see your own flaws? That's part of being a child of God. Being a child of God means that you are willing to see your flaws as well as you trying to point out other people's flaws. But this video is about people. Oh, I am a prophet. People flock to it. People want to hear lies. See this video, I know they ain't gonna watch this video. Most people, if they do watch it, they're gonna try to justify it in the comment section. You're gonna sit up there and tell that person about what they doing is wrong. But you sit up every single day and just blast lies. Hold on, let me do something real quick. You sit up there and all you do is blaspheme and lie every day. Yeah. Yeah. You don't sit up and tell lies. Uh-huh. Jeremiah 18, verse 15. Because my people had forgotten me, they have buried, they have burned incenses to vanity. They have caused them to stumble in their ways from the ancient paths to walk in paths in a way not cast up, to make their land desolated, in a perpetual hissing. Everyone that passes thereby shall be astonished and wag in his head. Astonished means that everybody gonna look at you as proverbs and bywords. This is talking about all the other nations. They're gonna look at you and be like, oh my God. They're gonna see us of dysfunction. Just like our people, we're following the ways of Esau. Esau wants us as a people of color to destroy ourselves. Esau wants us to be deceived by false prophets. And all of this is talking about Israel. The word which came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, arise and go down to the potter's house, and there I will cause thee to hear my words. Then I went down to the potter's house, and behold, he wrought a work on the wheel, and the vessel that he made of clay was married in the hand of the potter. So he made it again another vessel, as seems good to the potter to make it. Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, O house of Israel, cannot I do what you as this potter? Said the Lord, behold, as the clay is in the potter's hand, so are ye in my hand, O house of Israel. See, all of this is talking about Israel. It's not talking about no other nation. It's not talking about nobody else but Israel. So how you gonna people sit around now? This is all of this here. We love being lied to more than anything. Ask me a question. How is it that people love? What is it about lying that people love hearing? How can you sit up and listen to a lie and you know it's a lie? People love being lied to. They love being lied to. They do. People love being lied to. People love the ways of white supremacy. Hold on. Hold on, people. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay. Let's let me switch over to switch accounts and let me see if I can see how long. Hold on. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to yeah, I'm gonna have to just say switch accounts. Hold on. Yeah, man. Let me see what happens here. Oh, okay, it's gonna look like it's letting me in. Yeah, man. But that's what I'm saying. How can you walk around and tell me something and you ain't doing it yourself? You gonna tell me what you think Christianity is? But you believe in these lying prophets. You believe in prophets. Somebody telling you that they're a prophet. But if I come along and tell you that, you know what, you shouldn't be eating that. That's going to kill you. That's going to take you out and give you counsel. But you're going to sit there and argue with me over that. And you ain't going to even give it credit that it came out the Bible, right? But you're going to stand there and tell me we don't know what the truth is. Well, if we don't know what the truth is, why is these pastors dying from being homosexuals then? Why is it that you can, by your logic, I can walk out here and sleep with every woman under the sun and it won't nothing happen? I won't get sick or get a disease. They sound stupid, bro. I want to find the percent sign. Okay, that's it. Percent dot COM. So I signed in on my account on this phone here. Yeah. I am a prophet. Flock. Oh, I am a prophet. People flock to it, to that. That's my video. See what happens. Have I commanded him? Neither have stick, Richard Box. And believe me, you're using your opinion. Have I commanded him? Neither have stick, Richard Box. What's up? Believe me, you're using your opinion. I'm gonna see if this gonna show up. What's up? Okay. I just wanted to make sure I can hear myself. So let me go back. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sign out of this one and I'm gonna go back to the first account that I'm used to. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to turn this one off and I'm gonna see y'all later and we'll talk later.